just bought a brand new motorcycle and you need to break in your motor? So using the quick shifter and the auto blipper, right now, I wouldn't prefer doing that. So you want to seat it in properly. So manually upshift, manually downshift. Usually if you scrub the exhaust pipe and then you see it like it's black. Make a full tutorial on how to break in a brand new motor. I have to say there is nothing better than riding a brand spanking new bike. And this is the S1000 2024 model, and I'm talking brand new. I found this bike on 6,000 kilometers. I'll convert it into miles, and then right now it's got 47 kilometers. I'll convert that as well into miles. And listen, it's everything in a bag of chips. Let me show you some stuff. So with me getting this pony, I had to break in the motor. Obviously between 0 and 1,000 kilometers, I'll convert that also into miles, you have to run the bike in. In other words, from the ECU, the motorcycle has not opened up basically. So basically the motorcycle can only rev up to 10,000 revs, and that's just to ensure that the motor is still intact up until the first service. So basically that's called the run in. So from 0 until 1,000 you have to run it in. The only reason you have to do that is just to make sure that the motor seats in properly and you're able to ride the bike the way that you want to after that. Oh yeah, and another thing, a lot of people when they're riding this bike for the first time, it's got that brand new bike smell. But it's not your typical brand new bike smell. It smells as if something is burning. The only reason why, the exhaust and the head and everything is still brand new. So it's still, to a point you could say it's still watery and still like wet, you understand? So as the motor goes through more heat cycles, everything seeds in properly. So when you ride this bike for the first time and you smell as if something is burning, nothing is burning, sugar lips. That's how it's supposed to be. That's what it's supposed to do. I posted this bony on my status. Now everybody thinks that I bought this bony. I didn't buy this bony, guys. I only have it for the weekend. Me personally, if I was to buy S1000 like this, I'd buy it. It'd be brand new and it would probably be red. Not black. So you guys can catch me as I make a full tutorial on how to break in a brand new motor. It's almost the same as breaking in new tires, where you basically do the same thing. You want to make the motor go through heat cycles. You also want to open it up, close it, open it up, close it. You want to go through all the gears as many times as you can. It's almost the same as tires, it's just that the components are different. Here's the other thing that really irritates me about riding a brand new bony, is how quiet the motor is. The catalytic converter on this thing, it's like they did it purposefully to make it really quiet, sugar lips. This thing is really quiet, bro. Let me listen to this. As you can see, check here. Quiet. Oh, but she is a beauty. I don't care who says what. She is still a beauty. Listen to that. Oh, just now my helmet falls. Look at those the kilometers. Huh? Super fresh. You know, baby. RR. You guys know what RR stands for, right? Have you just bought a brand new motorcycle and you need to break in your motor? This video I'm going to show you exactly what to do and how to do it, so that you prolong your bike and then make sure that the bike is broken in properly, that you don't run into a lot of issues that other people typically run into when and after buying a brand new motorcycle. Oh hi, by the way, sugar lips. The first step is going to be starting up the motorcycle. Now you want to start up the motorcycle, let it run up to temperature, and I'm talking about oil temperature, not water temperature. So the temperature that's here on the dash, we're going to ignore that. We're going to start the motorcycle, let it run and idle for at least about 15 minutes or 16 minutes, so that the oil is actually at operating temperature. It's really important, guys, because with cold oil and running in a new motorcycle, the only thing that we're scared of is that the valves and especially the piston seals don't seat in properly. If those don't seat in properly, you'll start having oil coming through your cylinder head, coming out your cylinder head, and coming out your exhaust. Have you ever seen some people with brand new S1000 or any other motorcycle, and then you start seeing like black smoke or smoke coming out of the exhaust? Then you know that that motorcycle was not broken in properly, especially if it's got very low kilometers or miles on it. So if you scrub the exhaust pipe and then you see it like it's black, there's oil seeping through the the engine casing going inside the combustion chamber. Then from the combustion chamber is coming out the exhaust. And then oil going into fuel is not good. It's just as much as fuel going into oil is not good. And what you'll end up noticing is that once you do like an oil change after you're doing your 600-mile break-in or 1,000-kilometer break-in, and then you change the oil, and you smell as if the oil smells as if it smells like it's got fuel in it. That's when you know that no, we don't want that, sugar lips. So we're going to start up the motorcycle, let it run for 15 minutes, and let's talk about some other things that you must look out for. If you've never started a brand new motorcycle, or any motorcycle for that matter, we're just going to come here, switch the bike on. You need to make sure that the bike is in neutral. So that's the gear lever. If you need to click it into neutral, click it into neutral. But there we got it in. Then we're going to start up the Bony. Oh! You want to load the motor. So when you're riding the bike, you want to ride the bike and then preferably rev it out. Obviously, it's been limited to about 10,000 revs. Rev it out. First gear, rev it out. Second gear. But from third gear, that's when you really want to rev it out. Rev it till it gets to the limiter, go back down. But it's really important that you need to use the engine braking when coming down, okay? Because the engine braking is actually going to be able to seat in the motor much more easier as compared to just being open on the throttle. When riding the bike, you want to vary in your speed. So you want to ride at low speed, then you want to ride at high speed. Low speed, high speed. Then when riding the Bony, you want to downshift manually. And I could argue that you want to upshift manually as well, because you want to brake in the clutch as well. So using the quick shifter and the auto blipper, right now, I wouldn't prefer doing that. So you want to seat it in properly. So manually upshift, manually downshift. And as soon as you're done with your engine braking, always make sure that your Bony is always updated. On the S1000, this thing is heavily controlled by the system. When riding the bike, you want to make the Bony go through heat cycles. So just as much as I started it right now, it's going to get up to temperature. After it gets up to temperature, when I do stop, I'm going to encourage that you let the motorcycle cool down completely, close to almost like cold. Then you want to start it up again, let it warm up completely. Let the engine go through a lot of heat cycles. Obviously, we've got brand new rubber. We have to seat in the tires, because we have to break in the tires. Obviously, when you get a Bony, you do get a Bony with brand new tires. I would have preferred that we had bad tires on this bike, on this Bony, but it's also okay. Acceleration puts more heat into the rear tire, and braking puts more heat into the front tire. And then obviously at the same time you'd be seating in your front brake calipers. Well, not the calipers, actually the brake pads. You'd be sitting in the front brake pads, because even the brake pads are brand new. I'd say even this analogy, it's just like a brand new baby, like a newborn baby. A newborn baby, you're not from the get-go start giving it soda, start giving the baby fries, start giving baby junk food. No, you want to give the baby formula, breast milk preferably, and all the nutrients that the baby will need, so that as and when the baby starts growing, it grows and becomes a big strong baby, just like me, sugar lips. Oh hi, by the way. It's just like going to the gym. You're not gonna go to the gym as a brand new bodybuilder and then get on there and start racking 600 pounds and then start racking 300 kgs. No, you want to start it off lightly and progressively go up. Progressive overload. So just the same as the Bony, progressive overload. When riding, go through all your gears, and the one I feel as if the gear that seats in the motor the best is actually sixth gear. Sixth gear is not as restricted as first, second, third, and fourth. Fifth and sixth is not as restricted. So I think you can rev it up to the limiter or just past the limiter, come back down. Just like that. Let's show you on the highway. And we're going to for a bike meetup, and I'll show you and I'll give you more tips as and when, the day progresses. Oh, hi, by the way. You always want to make sure that you also adjust the whole bike for your own ergonomics, okay? So you're going to start off with the pegs and then come up to the front. So even with the brakes, you'll feel when you're braking in the brake pads, you might need to adjust because everything's starting to fit in properly, shift in the right place. So maybe on the first, second, third ride, you'll feel that you might need to adjust and then make your brakes perfect to you. Even with the clutch, the bike has 76 kilometers. I think that's about 100 miles or something like that, or just over 100. I stand to be corrected. I've already had to adjust the clutch, but now it's really important that you adjust the clutch only on this knob. You do not adjust it here, because here that's been set from factory, from the manufacturer. That you leave alone. You adjust it with these knobs. So you turn it up, 2, 3, then you start feeling, okay, now my clutch is starting to seat in properly. So it means the clutch plates, fiber plates, and all that, they're starting to mesh in properly. And then what we're going to do, as soon as we stop at the place we're going to go to, I'm going to show you the oil, because I've noticed that a lot of guys, they look at the oil, and then if the oil has like a dark color to it, that is not good. You don't need the oil to have a dark color. You want the oil to still have that nice, beautiful golden color, because once the oil starts changing color, then that's just a pure and like a serious indication that your braking is not happening the right way.